I think the value of my work has got to do with the fact that I document a space, I document a city that is part of us. I really battle to talk about, me in the singular. I'm far more interested in us and our collective story and how we got here. I think people value that. I think people find aspects of themselves and their history and their story in my drawing.
But Jaco's whole sort of narrative that he works on is the city of Joburg. Jaco as a child used to walk around the city with his father. He was exposed to the city and he has a very in-depth love of the city. The brief was that he must do something about Sandton, and he explained to Herman and myself how he actually walked from Joburg to Sandton, taking in everything, and eventually he depicted what was there and what is there today. So if you look at the work, the contents, the main contents of the work is actually concentrated on the past. It's sort of a history of what happened in the past, and then he ends it with a silhouette of Sandton. I think personally it's a very, very powerful work, but I think it tells a story. So it's a very important work for debating. It's actually quite a large work. I think framed it's about 250 by 180. It's going into one of the boardrooms, and I think it's a work that has got longevity, and it's a wonderful starting point for the collection.
Reflecting back upon Johannesburg, the Johannesburg that I grew up in, the city that I grew up in was a city of excess. It was a city of excessive consumption, mass consumption. I think on one level it's who we have become as a species. Of course it's vulgar and it's, it can be, grotesque, but it's who we are. I think Johannesburg is going to have to reinvent its art. And I think we're going to have to look or focus more on a diverse humanity that is probably the true pulse of this city. Imagine what we can be. And I think we are on the cusp of an incredibly rich and interesting and vibrant future. It's about understanding where we come from. And it's about finding ways to acknowledge mistakes that were made in the past and build a new landscape that we can all share in. The reality is we cannot build a future on high walls and electric fencing and armed response units, and we cannot build a future on a schizoid, paranoid society. I think it's, I think it's one of my best pieces yet. It's going to be difficult to see it go.